for more reaction on this story, I'm joined by Zimbabwean journalist Privilege Musvanhiri, who is in Harare. Privilege, thank you so much for your time and thank you for joining us. We noted yesterday, of course, that the number of voters coming into polling stations, in fact, was quite low, some sort of voter apathy. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yes, Ntokozo, it's true. If you look at the numbers of even a glance of the results that are coming out, you'd see that out of maybe probably 900 or 1,000 registered people at a polling station, maybe 200 or 300 would turn out. I think if you look at the run-up to the elections, of course, rallies, we would see huge numbers. But those that are registered to vote, you never know. Some of them decided to stay at home. And generally, that voter apathy is there. Citizens, if you talk to some citizens, they are tired of, going to, to cast their votes, and sometimes the result is not what they would have been expecting. Or even if they vote, I think what dented the confidence of most of the voters is the recalling of the members of parliament that they had voted for, and even the local government councillors that they had voted for in the previous elections in 2018 when they were recalled from parliament. And now we are having to go through this process again for by-election.
Well, Privilege, we know that vote counting is currently underway in those by-elections. It is occurring at a very interesting time because we had opposition leader Nelson Chamisa yesterday after he cast his own ballot in Harare, raising concerns around the independence of the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission, essentially questioning whether or not the commission can in fact deliver free and fair elections. How much of that concern is presently circulating around this election as vote counting gets underway?
That sentiment may be there coming from the opposition, but if you look at the processes that have been happening, in terms of the opposition may be justified to say that because there were allegations of the voters' roll was not really in a good shape. Some people were finding their names, transferred from their usual voting stations to other polling stations. So those are some of the things that the opposition was raising. But if you look at generally how the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission has conducted this election this time around, it is not... You would commend them in to some extent. The voting process is smooth, perhaps because of the number of people that are coming to cast their ballots. There are no huge turnouts, but in terms of how they've conducted the electoral process, coming to the polling day on Saturday, it was peaceful, and people were able to come in and cast their votes. So. Yes, of course, the opposition is entitled to raise concerns where they need to. But if you generally look at the environment, like yesterday, there were no major incidences. Even the police were reporting that, there wasn't any violence or any levels of intimidation that we would have maybe.
Privilege? All right, it looks as though we have lost a connection there with the Privilege. We will try to return to that particular story. Lots happening in Zimbabwe as the vote counting continues in that country.